how can we use speaking as a paid marketing tool?
Well, there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. I always tell everyone you want to look at speaking as a marketing tool in general, paid or unpaid, because the fortune's in the follow-up with networking, and the fortune is in the audience as well with speaking. Mm-hmm. So what I tell people is don't get caught up in the logistics of, an event, like how much they're going to pay you, or maybe they can't pay you at all. You need to think of it in terms of, is this audience a viable audience for me that I can get in front of? The top 5 things that you need to have before you even start this process is, number one, you need to have, what you're going to talk about, a topic, a really eye-catching topic. So like, for example, one of mine, I teach on body language. So my topic for that is bodies don't lie. Very eye-catching. People are like, hey, what's that about? You want them to read that summary, which is the next thing you need to have. A summary is a very brief paragraph. When I say brief, I'm talking maybe 4 or 5 sentences, short paragraph of what that topic is about. So very brief. And then you need to have 3 to 5 takeaways, meaning if somebody goes and they hear me talk on body language, what are 3 to 5 things that they're going to be able to implement right away? Like they're going to learn what's in a handshake. They're going to be able to, how can I tell somebody's lying just by looking at their nostrils?
Wow. What?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say eyes.
Well, yes and no, but I mean, there's actually telling tales with your nostrils as well, with your nose. So, so 3 to 5 things that they're going to learn. So topic summary, 3 to 5 takeaways. Those are the first 3 things that you need. You don't need to have no more than 3 speaking topics. Start with 1, but have the topic summary, 3 to 5 takeaways. The next thing you need to have is your bio. Your bio is your entrepreneurial resume. Why people like what you just read about me. And I, your bio is just like your resume. You're always going to be updating it, adding to it, taking away, why do people want and need to listen to you? So have your bio.
Yeah. And proof, right? So, you said you interviewed celebrities. So you're using these juicy terms, you interviewed celebrities, you're an author, stuff like that.
Exactly. You want to have your best, again, it's an entrepreneur's resume. Your bio is, it's
your best
why
bullet
do people
points.
want to listen to you. Yeah. Like, for example, I spoke with someone one time and they said, oh, I've been on the Oprah Winfrey show. I'm like, okay, great. When was that? Oh, 1994. Okay. Well, it's 2020, or at the time I talked to them, 2019. It's kind of like, okay, what have you done lately?
Yeah. It could be a fun fact.
Exactly. Yeah. Updated fun fact about you and why people want to listen. And again, keep it short and sweet, no more than 2 paragraphs. Nobody wants to read. If I would have handed you a bio that was 4 pages long, you wouldn't have read that. Right. You'd have been like, oh, does Kerry think her face needs to be on a box of Wheaties? Come on, No. So keep it short and sweet. So your bio would be the 4th thing you need. And then the last thing you need is a headshot, so people can recognize you, and your headshot, make sure it's a professional headshot, not something that not a selfie, something that looks good so people can recognize you. So those are the top 5 things that you really need to have before you get going in this process.
Yes. Oh, this is right off the bat. Like you just dropped a ton of value. I mean, it's so focused, and it just, you're presenting yourself in a professional manner. Mm-hmm. This is it. You're taking all the guesswork out of it. And you're saying, here is clearly what I am clearly and confidently what I'm about and what I'm going to speak to.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. So those are the 5 things that we need to get booked. The reason why we want to do these speaking engagements, twofold. 1, you don't have to spend any money on this marketing, right? And 2, this is going to generate a steady flow of prospects. Can you talk to those 2 points?
Sure. So first and foremost, I do want to do a little disclaimer. There are events out there that will charge you. What I tell people is, if there's an event and they're charging the speaker to come and talk, like maybe $1,000, and it is your ideal audience and you have the budget to do it and you really want to get in front of them and they're giving you all this stuff on the back end, then great. If that works for you. My general rule of thumb, I'm not going to pay to get in front of an audience. I don't need to. I've never done it. I won't do it in the future. So, but there are pay to play opportunities out there. They're out there. They're out there. They serve a certain audience, but they're not the norm. Yeah. So with that being said, what you need to have is a little bit of elbow grease. You need to put that time and effort in each week to find opportunities to apply to, to have all of your information, that topic summary, 3 to 5 takeaways, because meeting planners want that in that format. They take what you give them, and that's what goes into their marketing material. They don't change, edit, or alter what you say, because if they add a comma or they change one word, it could change the whole layout of how it's presented to the public. So that's why you have to have it in that format, because that's how they're going to want it. They're going to want your bio. They're going to want your headshot.
I'm so sorry. I literally just, I applied for my first speaking engagement a few weeks ago for a business women's expo. I'm not paying to do that. They're looking, they're looking for speakers, and that's exactly it. On that form, they said, what are the 3 takeaways? You have to clearly list them out. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So that's why you need to have that beforehand. So, elbow grease means you're going to be looking for opportunities, finding those. You can do those through Google searches. You can do an alert on Google. It's not going to show you everything, so you still need to do a search. You can look at event posting sites. You can find them on social media. It can be time consuming looking for engagements, definitely. But again, a little elbow grease, start applying. If there's Exactly. If there's a certain audience you want to get in front of, let's say, for example, somebody's listening and they are, I don't know, maybe they sell to real estate agents. They have software, or they have a product or service that would be beneficial to real estate agents and brokers. Then 2 perfect associations you want to start targeting and looking at would be the Home Builders Association and the National Real Estate Association. Go to their national site. Look for the different chapter or state locations, and then look for local chapters too. Reach out directly through their website. Hey, I have a great topic that could really resonate with your real estate agents. How can I apply to speak, or what is your process? They're going to start communicating back with you. So again, putting in that elbow grease and putting in the time and effort. So that's something else somebody can do on their own. It's not going to cost you any money to do that. It is costing you time, but it's time well spent, especially if you can get in front of an audience. Let's say you do get in front of a local Home Builders Association chapter, and there's 50 people in the audience, and they all hear you speak, and maybe you're getting a list of everybody in lieu of getting paid, or maybe they're going to pay you $500, but they're going to still allow you to do a giveaway. Get their contact information, because the money is in the audience.
Thanks for watching Practical Talk on YouTube. Listen to full episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And while you're there, be sure to hit that subscribe button.